Hello and welcome to the channel.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first installment of the Chase Muga Garage. In this series, we're going to test and tune and design various cars from the game to help you on your journey, on your Horizon journey of getting the best out of the cars as possible. Maybe give you some design ideas. This car is the 1989 Porsche 944 Turbo. Let's give it a quick test before we take it into the shop. A little rain, never hurt nobody. It's the rainy season. Oh, just blew that stop sign. And here we go. Alright, bone stock, this car is pretty good. Not bad bone stock, but I'm telling you, this car is going to become elite, a sleeper of sorts. A little rear wheel slide action going on in the back. 23. Get a dog barking. We're gonna head back to one of these Horizon locations, next mechanic shop. I wonder which one we should go to. That's the Porsche one. So far, this car, the handling, because it's a Porsche, it already has exceptional handling. The most work we're going to do to this car is likely going to be engine tunes. We're going to add to the suspension, but I don't think it's going to require much. Got to get the bonus barrels. It might not take much doing. Like, I think if we tune the engine and even leave the suspension the way it is, it'll be fine. Because right now it doesn't have too much sideways lean. It doesn't lean back and forth that much. Doesn't dip a whole lot. Like, if you look at the front wheel well, it's not too much dip. Dip in the suspension. Suspension is tuned very well. And I've probably repeated that a few times, but it is what it is. But the suspension is really good. It's a Porsche. What do you expect? I don't know. I like going through some of these drift zones without drifting at all. For me, I'll score points to myself if I don't score any points in a drift. And I get through the drift zones as fast as possible. I tell you right now, this car would not be very good at drifting. This thing wants to grip. That's what this wants to do. It doesn't want to go off. It does not. It doesn't want to misbehave. This car wants to behave itself. It doesn't want to be bad, so. We're going to make it a beast and take it on the highway. I already happen to own one of these cars. This was given to me as a gift. So we're going to pay it forward today. We're going to give this one away. And see what... First of all, let's see what we can do with it. Inside and out. We start with the engine. Normally, you just go for the one with the largest increase in horsepower. And this seems to be it with a 558 increase in horsepower to take it from a B651 to an A775 instantly. Of course, we're going to throw the 4-wheel drive in here because that takes us from 775 to 824. notice that the front arrow adds to it, and more often than not, the rear arrow removes from it. And since aesthetically, there's no major difference. In fact, there's no major difference, but I prefer this one better. This one looks more like a probably does a much better job because it's adjustable. Like I said, the suspension is already pretty good in the car. It's streamlined. So I'm hoping those things all count for something in the game, and I believe they do. I think they added as much physics as possible. Now you go with slicks. Usually you make the wheels as wide as possible, but you don't increase the radius. But I'm going to increase the radius for aesthetically. To me, the cheat code is the 10-speed transmission. Some transmissions are faster, work faster, but to me, the 10 speed is the best. Let's get some racing suspension in there. Let's get that weight reduction. And more often than not, the sport chassis reinforcement is better for the car. This adds 137 pounds. These add the same amount of performance, well, other than the braking. It has better braking. It's nominal at this point. So we take this one because it's less weight. Just all of that. So now, going into our engine. Because it's a racing engine, it only allows us 5 upgrades. So the fuel system, which added 63 horsepower. The ignition, 51 horsepower. Valves, another 49. The turbo, 210. The displacement, another 92 horses. So we are fully tuned with this car at $118,000. Good thing we already owned the car. That might have been a cost out of pocket I might not have wanted to make. But here we go. Oh, wait. We've got to test it. We've got to tune it a little bit. I mean, I go with the feel of the car and usually how big and long the car is. This one is more of a I'm not an elite expert at tuning these things. This is just what's been working for me, and they work very well. I'm very happy. With the gearing setup, I like to take the top speed to the point where it doesn't increase by a large amount. So when it increases by a tenth, I back it up 2 spaces and stop. So right now, these are increasing by almost a whole point. So we just go a little bit until we get to that sweet spot where we get to the highest point of the gear, of the final gear. It's a little time consuming. You don't know exactly, okay, it's starting to level off. Okay, that's it right there. It leveled off, so it increased by 2, and the jump before that was 7 or 8. For me, these are just baseline settings until I actually go out and test the car. Usually they're not far off from these settings. So I usually make this about 50. When 50 falls in this range right here. Because sometimes 50 is low. lower depending on the suspension travel of the vehicle or how the suspension is set up and the length of the springs and struts, etc. So I like to make the back a little bit wider than the front as far as like anti-roll and camber and all of that is concerned. And springs, I like to make the back just a little tighter than the front. And I don't know, but every single car I lower it to the ground. I slam every car is included. And again, these are my default settings for every car until I test them. Part of being a mechanic, you got to test your cars. So the arrow, we'll leave it around there for now. This is always what I do without fault for my braking setup, and I often never change it. So 60 in the front for the balance, and I increase the braking pressure overall. I like making this around 40. I like making this around 40. With the center balance, what I've found, and it's a good idea to check what the balance is of this car. And this car is 53 biased to the front, which means there's more traction and power in the rear. So it's 53% in the rear, which is what that means. It's very confusing. Like the numbers should change. So 53% in the rear. So this would not be perfectly balanced. Right? That's 53% in the rear. That would probably be perfectly balanced. I like to give it a little bit more rear handling. So you'd be surprised, a little bit goes a long way as far as the displacement ratio from the front to the rear and the camber. Those two things are a little long way, a tenth. Now we're going to test this at the highway. The camber here, we're going to hit the highway. Oh man. Yes, this is nice. This is a good way to test your car should be able to do this without losing traction too much, and that's good. That is really good. To me, cars biased more to the front aren't as stable or as planted, but some people might like the loose feeling. I assume it's better for drifting. And that might be something that I get into later. If you're familiar with me and this game, and maybe you've come from my other channel, you might know that I've done Titan ad nauseum until I mastered. I don't even Titan on anything lower than unbeatable. I recently got to unbeatable in marathon, and I scored my lowest score, my lowest time was 6:42, and since then the cars have literally become unbeatable. I can't, if I don't come in below 650, I don't win the race. And that 652 was an anomaly for me. So this car doesn't need anything else as far as mechanic work is concerned. So let's take it to the auto shop and see what we can do to the design. Leave a comment if you want me to leave the tuning codes for these cars in the description or somewhere on the screen where you can find it. Alright, these turns here are what lets you really dial in your tuning. So I think it needs a little bit more in the back. Lose a little bit on the edge, but I actually kind of like that. this week they had I think it might still be going on, but they have a Secret Santa thing going on. And the key was to give away as many cars as you could. So every car I won on the wheel, I gave away. Every duplicate I had in my garage, I gave away. I bought some cars, tuned them, and gave them away. I think the favorite one I gave away so far was the Jaguar. Had a Liberty Walk body kit. It was really nice. I should have made an episode regarding that one, but we're gonna pull up here and we're gonna see what designs we can put on this baby. Oh yeah, put it nice and smooth. Okay, we're in here. Let's go to our design and paint. Paint car. I don't know, I think we might stick with the red. Or we're going to dress the red up a little bit. I mean, actually, sparkly bits. I'm tempted. I'm very tempted to put the little sparkly. And my signature is kind of carbon fiber hood. Whatever else I could put carbon fiber on, like I'll throw the carbon fiber. It doesn't have a wing, it can't be painted, which is crap because I see that whole big thing in the back able to be painted. Okay, paint group 1. Okay, so all paint groups, we're just gonna go with the carbon for the wheels. Tint the windows. And I think that's about it. That's pretty simple. I think that's about it. Yep. So maybe if this person doesn't have the Hot Wheels DLC, they might not get the paint job, or they might get a free DLC paint job with this car. So who knows? Okay, so this car is ready to go. We're gonna take it and we're gonna give it away. And so we're not repeating scenery, we're gonna leave this way. In a couple of days, the rainy season ends. Arid out here. It's completely arid right now. Like, I don't know. This is a video game, but the air feels dry. Does it not? Like there's a haze on the. Like, I guess it's sand blowing. I don't know. But it feels hot and it feels dry, and I can't feel nothing other than the vibration of the controller. Car doesn't want to grip as much as it used to. Definitely getting a little bit more slide action going on here, which I'm not mad at all. Oh yeah, great air. And chipped our tires over there. That's nice. Might have passed. Yeah, we passed our gift drop zone. Oh yeah, we gotta switch vehicles because we can't give away the car we're driving because there's no way to walk. And this is the giveaway car, because it's the first car on my list. This is always my car I drive to my giveaways. Yeah, it looks black, but it's got a hint of purpley blue. This car doesn't have the greatest top speed, but this car is going to go around turns faster than most cars. So what you lack in top speed, you make up for in cornering power and speed. So those cars that might be able to pass you on straights, you'll be flying past them on turns like they are straights. I didn't give this Acura NSX as much props as it deserved, but it's got it now. So we're gonna jump to manufacturer. We're gonna throw our Porsche in there. I got quite a few Porsches. And there's our baby that we just see. This is my original one. And for some reason I got this one to 960. Could be, oh no, it's the wheels. That's got the Forza Horizon tires on it. So yeah, we're gonna give this away. New players, a car to give you an amazing start with my gamer tag. Gift sent. And that's how we do it in the Chase Muga Garage. So thank you guys for joining. And if you have any suggestions for vehicles that you'd like to see me tune and test, if you want to see me race any of these cars, you want to see some real driving skills, just leave a comment. Please like, share. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed already. I got a lot of gaming content coming for y'all, a lot of new games. I'm going to get back into my Cyberpunk. I got some plans for Fallout 4, which is to this day one of the greatest games ever made. I don't care what anybody says. And yeah, that's how we're going to do it. That's about it. So, I want to thank you guys for joining. And I hope you join me for the next one. All right. Love you all.